Hey yo, what's going on? Dream here. Today in this video, we're going to talk about the posterior pelvic tilt and how to fix it. Now, what is the posterior pelvic tilt? In a neutral and healthy pelvis, we have an anterior pelvic tilt, which means the pelvis is tilted forward. It is said that men have an average of 7-degree angle leaning forward, as to women have a 13-degree in average that is leaning forward. Of course, the difference is different by each individual and by how their lifestyle and how their posture is in their everyday life. But that is the average. So what we can say is a healthy and neutral pelvis is leaning forward slightly in a gentle manner, differing by man and woman. But in the posterior pelvic, now this has become a big problem. This belongs to none of these categories, not to men, not to women. It has tilted backwards. But this happens very often due to our modern sedentary lifestyle. We're sitting for a too long time and we become exhausted and we get this look that is just leaning backwards. Our pelvis is just rolling it's moving forward, and the pelvis, which was leaning to the front, now tips backwards. That is what we're talking about today. And we're also going to talk about, of course, how to fix it. The corrective exercise for the posterior pelvic is relatively very easy. What we need to do is release those tight, too hard pulling muscles, which is, as for the upper body, the obliques, the rectus abdominis, your belly, the muscles on the front side of your upper body. And as for the lower body, it is the glutes and the hamstrings. It's the posterior chain. So simply put, front side of our upper body and the back side of our lower body. We have to stretch these two sides. And when you keep progressing with this kind of routine, you will notice that the front side and the back side of the upper body and the front side and the back side of our lower body, they kind of distribute the strength equally. And you feel, oh, I have a much better time maintaining a better posture in a very comfortable way, because now not one side is doing some more work than the other. Okay, now let's do the stretches. Let's do the corrective exercise for the front side of the upper body. Standing comfortably, shoulder width apart. We're going to open up our chest, widening up our arms to the side and neck back so that the whole front side of our upper body, the anterior chain, is stretched. And to some part, also a part of the lower body, the pelvis, is stretched along with this movement. Now here you can see two ways of doing this movement. One is the pelvis moving forward with this movement, and one is straightening the back while fixing the pelvis in its place. This changes the pelvis into, to some point, unnatural anterior pelvic tilt. But this would not be beneficial for a normal person, maybe if you're strengthening your back, but that's not the case. Here we are to fix the posterior pelvic tilt, which is the opposite of the anterior pelvic tilt. So if we practice the anterior pelvic tilt, this will help to counter the posterior pelvic tilt. As for the second picture at the beginning, people with posterior pelvic tilt won't be able to be in this posture, and that's okay. That's why I showed you also the first demonstration, which is just thinking about stretching the whole anterior chain of our upper body, and that will also in the long run fix it. So choose one of these, choose the one that you can do, and remember what you're doing, what we're practicing here. Now here's another very nice movement that you can do in a lying position. Lying comfortably when you raise up your upper body in this lying position. But remember not to stretch your ankles, but to make the ankle in this flexed position. This time we stretch the side obliques, the side of your belly. Focus on the area where the stretch is to be felt. One set for the other side. Now here we are in a very typical posterior pelvic tilt position. Press with the fingers your pelvis backwards. By this we are reversing the effect of the pelvis leaning to the front, and it's okay to have a bent upper back while you do this position. For now we want to allow ourselves some space and gradually want to progress into a straightened back. And actually the straightened back is not the essence in this movement. It is to move the hips backwards, to stretch the posterior chain of the lower body. So here I'm demonstrating two positions, one with a bent upper back and one like a perfect deadlift position. Remember not to be perfect at the beginning, but find your movement, find your range of motion. Don't press yourself to that posture because it's impossible for now, but it will be possible in the long run. So pace yourself, please. Very nice. Every time you do these exercises, you want to do 2 to 3 sets of each movement. And with time, you want to progress slowly. First start with 5 seconds, and then maybe 7, 10, and 15. And in the end, you can also go for 20 seconds. It is very important to teach the muscular nervous system in a progressive and a gentle, adjustive way, because training with stretches is all about making the body feel used to that new movement, which is actually not a new movement, but is a lost movement. Alright guys, I hope this whole routine helps you. Everybody stay fit and healthy. Thank you for watching my video. See you in my next video. Love you. Bye.